So how about a little good news? Watch Channel 2. We told you how to beat the cost of flying. We told you how to clean up after the storm for free. We showed you how to enjoy your favorite foods without too much fat. We warned you about potential disaster. We showed you where to get a free emissions check. We told you how you can help needy people in another country. News with a twist. Good for a change. Channel 2 News. Get used to it.
If you're looking for something big enough to take on the likes of Oklahoma, run, ride, and get ready to buy because two-line financing on Ford F-Series is here. Till August 8th, Russell up 2.9% APR financing for up to 48 months on selected Ford F-Series loaded. That's right, the world's best-selling truck with 2.9 financing. Hit the ground running to the Truck Authority, your Oklahoma Ford dealer, because when the dust clears, 2.9 financing is all over.
Yet another twist in the O.J. Simpson case. Simpson's lawyers are suggesting there's a mystery witness.
A petty theft of gasoline ends in a fiery crash. Jeff Gradney talks with a witness who tried to save two young men.
And could your child be falling victim to eating disorders? We'll have the story of one woman who's fighting back.
From Channel 2, this is the 5 o'clock news.
A mystery witness now figures in the O.J. Simpson case.
A purported burglar who is supposed to have been in the area the night of the slayings. One of Simpson's lawyers, Johnny Cochran, suggested in court today the mystery witness might clear Simpson of murder charges. O.J. Simpson made his third court appearance this week and watched as lawyers argued over the defense discovery motion, a legal way of finding out what evidence the prosecution has. And the prosecution accused the defense of going on a fishing expedition regarding one of the 7 areas of information requested, arguing the motions are too broad.
If the defense wants to go fishing, I would suggest on this particular one, they're going to have to use their own pole and their own tackle box because we don't have such information. It's equally accessible to the defense.
Defense attorneys want to make sure no stone is left unturned, and they're following other leads they claim investigators have not followed up on.
This is the nature of kind of wake-up call. This is kind of important, I think, to both sides. But there be adequate resources devoted to this theory. There are witnesses there who have theories of multiple assailants of different ethnic background than Mr. Simpson that we think need to be pursued vigorously.
Meanwhile, Simpson's friend Al Cowlings was back in court this afternoon, but a decision was delayed on whether to file charges against Cowlings pending further investigation. Cowlings led police on a low-speed chase on June 17th with Simpson in the back seat. And Judge Lance Ito has set Simpson's trial date for September 20th.
A shotgun-wielding abortion opponent allegedly opened fire outside a women's clinic today in Pensacola, Florida. Anti-abortion activist Paul Hill is now facing 2 counts of murder. Police arrested Hill this morning after he allegedly shot 3 people. Dr. John Britton and his security escort were killed. Barrett's wife is hospitalized in fair condition. The victims had just arrived at the clinic when they were hit with shotgun blasts. Witnesses say Hill had been picketing the clinic, which performs abortions, for several weeks.
Well, this morning I got there about 7 o'clock and I saw him out there, and something that was unusual this morning was he wasn't carrying his big protest sign like he always was. He was just pacing back and forth in front of the gate. Then we went in the office, and then about 20 minutes later I heard 3 loud shots. I mean, they were loud too, and ran out the front door. Then about 15 seconds later, I heard 3 more, and I saw blue smoke every time from behind the fence, every time there was a shot.
Hill led the anti-abortion group Defensive Action. He was a vocal advocate of the use of force against doctors who perform abortions. The anti-abortion group Operation Rescue condemned today's killings. One member says Hill is a member of a fringe group who does not represent Operation Rescue.
We've got a gorgeous forecast for you temperature-wise coming up. It's going to be very, very pleasant. However, there is some haze and some increasing clouds. If we take a look at the radar picture, though, the chance of rain looks pretty far away. Some activity from western Kansas might bring a stray shower or 2 tomorrow, but it's pretty much of a long shot. Temperatures right now quite pleasant, generally about 80 in northeastern Oklahoma, a little warmer down towards McAllister, but still, it's mighty nice. Stay tuned for all the details. We'll be back.
Thank you, Gary. 2 teenagers lost their lives last night for less than $2 worth of gasoline. They burned to death in a stolen car. Jeff Gradney reports on an apparent petty crime that led to tragic loss.
Police say it may have started as a joyride. It ended here. And the man working on this van saw it all. He's been working here since before dawn.
I've not had any sleep since the incident happened. Probably won't get any. Not for a while.
He can't stop thinking about what happened here.
I noticed they stole some gas. They spun out at the store, lost control of the car, and they hit 2 poles. The second pole made it ignite from the inside of the car. I heard them kicking the door trying to get out during the time I was approaching the car.
Witnesses attempted to pull one of the passengers from the car, but wasn't able to due to the intensity of the flames.
It was a very tragic thing watching 2 human beings burning and couldn't help them. The one boy was up over the seat burning, and the other was burning from the head to the waist.
They burned beyond recognition. Police say they were boys, about 15 or 16 years old.
I can't stand it, you know. It has a great effect on me to watch 2 human beings burning for $1.23 worth of gas. Lost their lives.
We spoke with the owner of this car. He said he's been rebuilding it for the last 4 months or so to give to his daughter. He's sad now because she'll never get this car. He feels more pain for the kids who died here. The 2 young people who died for less than $2 worth of gas. Jeff Gradney, Channel 2 News.
Police say they have a tentative identification of the bodies, but it will be up to the medical examiner to make a positive ID.
Crews in Rogers County continue to search today for a woman believed to have been hit by a train early yesterday morning. Police say 40-year-old Charlotte Taylor was walking on a train trestle over the Verdigris River when a train struck her. The man she was with was able to outrun the train and get across the bridge, but Taylor didn't make it. The search has concentrated mostly on the river, but crews are also searching the riverbanks.
A flying hamburger may have stopped a fast food holdup in Oklahoma City. Police say a would-be burglar pulled a gun on an employee when she opened the cash drawer at a drive-through window. A fry cook saw what was happening and grabbed the nearest weapon, in this case a hamburger. He threw the burger. The sandwich hit the thief in the chest. He dropped the cash and ran away. The thief remains at large tonight. The fry cook is still dishing up what he does best.
A judge in Missouri has ruled money gained through a pyramid scheme known as the Friends Network must be returned twofold. That ruling came in response to a lawsuit filed by 2 people who sued a co-worker for luring them into the scheme. Each plaintiff will receive $400 from that lawsuit. This decision could result in hundreds of claims from others who joined the network. The Friends Network started around April 1st and quickly spread to more than a dozen states, including Oklahoma.
Well, still to come on Channel 2 News, are children being pushed too far to have the perfect body? We'll talk to Tulsa doctors about the dangers of bulimia and anorexia nervosa.
And do you wonder what kind of lunches your children will be eating when they go back to school? They may be fun and more nutritious than you think. We'll take a tasty look at these delicacies. Health News next.
It's the exceptional sales event at your Mazda dealer now. For a limited time, Mazda is offering 4.75% APR financing for 36 months with no down payment.
Neon. Entry forms and details at Wendy's. Post time 6 p.m.
Channel 2 and Crush congratulate the grand prize winner of the Catch the Crush contest. You won a VIP family trip to Hollywood.
Dear car owners, from our low-cost economizers to mufflers guaranteed for as long as you own your car, nobody has a better choice of mufflers to fit your car or budget than Midas.
Mr. Chairman, I'm not here merely to remind you that Lincoln Mercury dealers are selling more cars than you are. I'm here to blame you.
Maybe if you made quality cars like Lincoln Mercury, we'd be able to match their summer deals. Right, guys?
The Lincoln Mercury Summer Sales Drive is on now, with great deals across the board, like Mercury Cougar XR7, with its wraparound interior, standard dual airbags, and more.
Any more questions?
See your Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
An Olympic caliber gymnast died this week because she starved herself to death. Anorexia and bulimia. As Denise Brewer reports, awareness is rising, but so's the death toll.
This is Christy Henrik as she was, an energetic, talented gymnast, before anorexia and bulimia forced her to quit and reduced her to 60 pounds. She died of multiple organ failure.
It's like you never think you're thin enough. And then you think, well, the scale's wrong. Like if somebody weighs you, well, no, the scale has to be wrong. Or, you know, people just think, I may weigh this, but people think, oh, that's bigger than what I really weigh.
Kristen Zabla says she understands how Christy Henrik felt. She's 21 and an anorexic bulimic since she was 10. She won't say how much she weighs today, but claims her lowest weight ever, 94 pounds. This is Kristen 4 months ago. Since then, she's had a setback.
Oh, I thought I'm fat. I thought I was fat. I still do think I still can't see myself right.
Kristen's mom has had to watch this deadly cycle, knowing she can't make her daughter healthy.
I know that Kristen's got to do this on her own. If she's going to have a healthy, successful life, I've got to let her go.
Kristen, like most anorexics, is an overachiever.
She's the best eating disorder patient, and in her own mind, maybe the best anorexic and bulimic that you can be.
Veronica Jeffis is the director of the TRMC Rader Institute.
And unfortunately, this kind of thinking is what can kill people.
It's hard for me to see reality. And so since I'm needing to gain weight, I don't try not to look at myself because it'll stop me from gaining weight. So.
And each ounce gained may add up to save her life. Denise Brewer, Channel 2 News.
Some signs of anorexia or bulimia you can look for in your child: frequent discussion of dieting or claims of being fat, hidden diet pills and laxatives, disappearing into the bathroom, or obsessive exercise after every meal, and frequent mood swings. If you see yourself or a loved one in any of this, call for help at 1-800-255-1818.
Remember all those jokes about how bad school food used to be? Well, those days may be over as the National Food Services Convention in Missouri is becoming more fun and better for your children. Take a look at this, your child's future lunchroom. Buffet lines will look like buses, and the chicken is shaped like dinosaurs. In other words, fun food. The new school menus are going to have only 30% fat with less than 10% in saturated fat. Can you guess what the most popular school meal is? What's pizza, Jerry, of course. Coming in a close second was chicken. Now, doctors can now implant a device that can be life-saving for people with irregular heartbeats. It's a mini defibrillator put in the chest, and it's a smaller version of what emergency crews use to restart a heart. If the heart goes out of rhythm, it can give a shock and send it back into sync.
Well, are you on a diet but still crave dessert? How about a dish of ice cream, low fat? Each serving of this peach ice cream only has 1 gram of fat. Its contents include peeled peaches, lemon juice, a low-fat marshmallow cream made with egg whites, low-fat milk, and amaretto or almond extract for flavor. If you'd like a complete copy of the recipe, you can write Contemporary Cooking, care of Eating Well, Ferry Road, Charlotte, Vermont, 05445, or you can call 1-800-372-8300. And be sure to ask for the peach ice cream.
Did you get that down? That sounded good.
Yeah, it really is.
Sounded good. Well, it's been 3 nights in a row. We have missed the record low by 1 degree. Could it happen again?
No way. Meteorologist Gary Shore back in a minute with tonight's forecast and a look at the weekend weather.
Next time you make iced tea, read the fine print. Look familiar? Look closer. For perfect tea, serve steaming hot. If you're making iced tea with regular Lipton, that's not so hot. Now look at Louisiane. All Louisiana tea is specially blended for iced tea. That's why Louisiana's so delicious, so refreshing. Louisiana, specially blended for great iced tea every time.
Louisiana, the right tea for iced tea.
It's bigger than a sale, bigger than a clearance. It's the inventory elimination liquidation at Barron's Furniture. Barron's is stuffed, stacked, and double packed. There's simply too much merchandise and not enough room. So today, find 7-piece dinettes for $298. Quality love seats just $197. End tables an incredible $25 and more. Plus, buy it all with no interest and no payments till $95 during the inventory elimination liquidation. Today at Barron's Furniture. Get there now.
Coming up, Tulsa's forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Shore.
When many congressmen have gone to drink with lobbyists in the evening, this is where you can find Dave McCurdy and Pam. The McCurdys have been married 23 years. Pam is a doctor who specializes in children. Dave is a congressman who grew up around Yukon and was taught by his working parents to earn his own way. His values, hard work, and leadership on welfare, military affairs, and spending limits have won him national respect.
Amen.
Isn't this the kind of man you want to represent Oklahoma in the U.S. Senate?
Hundreds of people have taken advantage of the demand NAFTA has created for used cars in Mexico by cashing in their old used vehicles for brand new or programmed cars and trucks. The Mexican buyer is still paying up to double for trade-ins, but time is running out. $500 vehicles could be worth $1,000. $1,000 trade-ins could be worth $2,000. The Mexican buyer only has a few days left before he heads south, so don't miss out. Bring your trade-in to Keystone Chevrolet GL right now. Open 24 hours a day on the Keystone Expressway in Sand Springs.
Here's what sunset over Lake Keystone looked like yesterday evening, and there was a lot of haze and smoky looking stuff in the sky, and that's what it was. It was smoke from the forest fires in the great northwest part of the United States, where some of those fires are still burning, and a large area of smoke, which is actually too thin to show up on this satellite picture, but it was quite a pall in the skies over much of the Midwest today, although it's starting to move out of Tulsa, and we just have some high, thin clouds, but still some of what's up there is actually smoke left over, and it's being carried around the circulation around that big high over the western states. Notice there's also some thunder showers being carried around the edge of that high, but it looks like the track on them is going to be down into the western part of Oklahoma, so most of it should miss us, and anything that we get should be nothing to be too concerned about. Maybe a brief shower or thunder shower in the morning after a pleasant dry evening with just some high clouds, dropping to 71 degrees at midnight with light southeasterly winds. Then tomorrow morning, it'll be partly cloudy and mild, 65 for the low, up to 79 by midday, and I'm putting in a 20% shot at some thunder showers, mainly out to the west, maybe even a light shower around Tulsa, but it'll be brief and passing if we even see it. Basically, nice weather continues for the weekend, although it will be a little more humid tomorrow. Still much better than it usually is at this time of the year, with 85 for the high and a 20% shot of some afternoon thunder showers off in the southeast or again out to the west of us. Currently in Tulsa, only 80 degrees to start your weekend. East-southeasterly winds at 10. The high today was 82 after a low of 61. The high-pressure ridge is weakening and shifting off to the east a little bit, so the barometer is falling slightly. The radar view does show those western thunder showers dropping mainly towards the south-southeast, so I don't think we'll see anything strong here. Anyway, the Gulf moisture still hasn't even begun to really return. Doesn't look like it will for a few days anyway, maybe next week. Again, we are seeing, unfortunately, some of these high-based thunderstorms producing more lightning than rain in the west, and the same drenching rains in parts of the mid-Atlantic states again today, also in parts of the Ohio Valley. Look at this low pressure. You can actually see it spinning over there. Well, the story for us, though, is going to be continued pretty good weather. Scattered thunder showers mainly to our west in the morning hours, and then with enough sunshine in the afternoon, we should warm into the mid to upper 80s, probably some low 90s at Dallas. Notice some of the hot air, though, is going to begin to work its way back around. But tomorrow, even Ponca City, the hot spot, probably won't reach 90 after lows mostly in the 60s. I'm looking for about 85 with that chance of a brief shower or thunder shower. But basically, partly cloudy will prevail, and the winds out of the south-southeast at about 8 to 18, so the lake's not too choppy. Enjoy.
We will do that. Well, baseball history was made last night in Arlington, Texas by a former Tulsa Driller pitcher. Keith Isbell standing by in the sports office with First Sports and the story of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Keith.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, isn't it, Jerry? Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was the ballpark in Arlington last night when former driller Kenny Rogers became the first lefty in American League history to throw a perfect game, 27 up and 27 down against California.
Looper to center. Rusty Greer. He makes the catch! A perfect game!
And Nolan Ryan, we know, is retired, but it's now Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, isn't it?
I'm going to have to call him up, and I'm going to have to, finally I can say something that he didn't get, they told me. I thought, I know he got 7 of them. I didn't know, I should have called him and asked him, well, how am I supposed to react? But I can talk to Nolan, I guess, now.
All right. Yeah, you can talk to Nolan, can't you? Nothing perfect about Tommy Morrison last night. The J native fights to a draw with unheralded Ross Purity, who has been living in Norman, Oklahoma of late. Morrison's title fight with Herbie Hyde in October will take place as scheduled. A loss would have eliminated the fight, but because it's a draw, it will still happen. I just got off the phone with Tony Holden, Tommy Morrison's promoter. And in First Sports Notes, Paul Azinger will prepare for his defense at the PGA Championship in Tulsa by playing in the Buick Open next week in Michigan. It will be Paul's first competitive round of golf since being diagnosed with cancer in his shoulder last December, and it's East versus West tonight in Edmond at the Old State football game. Jerry, what a performance by Kenny Rogers. That was fun.
And what good news for Azinger, too.
As good a golfer as he is, he's that much better of a human being. So I'm excited about him being much better and obviously able to play golf.
Yeah, thank you, Keith.
When Channel 2 News continues, a bomb in Spain leaves 1 man dead and several others injured. We'll tell you what happened and who's believed to be at fault.
And in the western United States, they continue to battle wildfires.
So, do you like good, clean fun? Or would you rather play dirty? You can do it all in the classic 4-wheel drive Jeep Cherokee Sport. It has a 190 horsepower engine, shift on the fly 4-wheel drive, optional 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, and air at no extra charge. And with savings like this, Cherokee Sport doesn't play hard to get.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Think the local nursery's the place to rake in spring yard savings? Get hip to the Square.
Builder Square has everything for around your house as well, from sprinklers and hoses to fertilizer and pesticides, plus outdoor furniture, grills, lighting, fencing, and thousands of square feet of live plants.
Get a great square deal on a 50-foot Color White Waterworks garden hose. It's all weather reinforced and drinking water safe. This week only at Builder Square.
We'll get you squared away.
Channel 2 News launches interactive television in Tulsa. You can reach our exclusive data center by fax or email. Message us through CompuServe, Prodigy, or America Online.
It's not shipped in. It's not pre-prepared. We don't buy it somewhere else or make it somewhere else. At each Luby's cafeteria, there's a kitchen filled with cooks. Cooking. We've been doing it for 46 years. We just haven't been doing any commercials about it. Luby's Cafeteria. Good food from good people.
Your source for back-to-school buys. It's right here at Super Thrift. From spiral notebooks, pens and pencils, to 3-ring binders and filler paper. The price is right at Super Thrift. Plus, save on OC Wieners, 12-ounce package now 49 cents. Get rice aroni in the 4 to 7-ounce box, just 69 cents. Your source for back-to-school supplies and a lot more. The right stuff is Super Thrift.
It's all right here, Super Thrift.
Thanks for shopping, Super Thrift.
More U.S. aid may soon be on its way to Rwanda. In a press conference today, President Clinton asked Congress to approve $320 million in emergency aid to alleviate the terrible suffering of Rwandan refugees. Clinton also said the Pentagon may open the airport in Kigali to help distribute humanitarian aid. On Thursday, Congress approved $50 million in emergency aid for Rwanda. President Clinton says this is the initial installment of the $320 million he is seeking. Refugees have been dying at a rate of about 1,800 a day from cholera, malnutrition, and exhaustion. A car bomb in Madrid, Spain early this morning leaves a top general of the Spanish army and 2 other soldiers dead. All 3 were in an armor-plated car when the car bomb exploded near the royal palace. 14 people were injured and several cars along the street also went up in flames. Officials are blaming Basque separatists for the attack.
In Wisconsin, the crash of a small plane has left 2 people dead. Fire officials say the aircraft struck an apartment building while trying to take off. Rescue workers say they are thankful no one on the ground was killed. Witnesses indicate the aircraft was a single-engine, vintage military aircraft. An FBI investigator says there is no question that White House lawyer Vincent Foster killed himself. That came today as testimony continues in the Whitewater affair. The agent says there's no evidence the Whitewater affair contributed to Foster's suicide. However, investigators cannot conclusively rule out the possibility that Whitewater could have played a role. Orrin Hatch, a Utah Republican, says the special counsel's conclusion that Whitewater played no role in Foster's death is tenuous.
In Washington state, wildfires continue to burn out of control, but Mother Nature did lend a hand. Gusty winds expected to whip up the flames today, but never materialized. The fires are so intense, several firefighters narrowly escaped. The blaze destroyed 13 homes and burned more than 54,000 acres of the Wanatahchee National Forest. Forest managers in Washington and Oregon have asked for 1,000 Army soldiers to help fight the fires. Wildfires continue to burn in Idaho, Montana, and California, as well as western Canada.
He is an Oklahoma legend and will forever be cast in bronze.
When we come back, we'll give you the first look at a new statue in honor of a famous cowboy.
Question. Name America's #1 selling minivan. What minivan is around 16 with all this and is only at your Dodge dealer? Answer, Dodge Caravan. So go get the family, or all the answers see your nearest Dodge dealer. Question. What car changed everything? What truly remarkable car comes at a price you can afford and only at your Dodge dealer? Answer, Dodge Intrepid. I'll bet you knew that. For all the answers, see your nearest Dodge dealer.
Summertime, lazy days, ice cream, cold lemonade, free pad.
Wait, did you say free pad?
That's right. This summer means free pad during Carpet One's Bigelow Summer Sale. Carpet One is your newest Bigelow dealer, and we're celebrating free pad with any qualified purchase. Bigelow, the finest carpet from America's first and finest mill. From Carpet One, America's largest carpet retailer. Plus free pad. So put down the ice cream, finish the lemonade, and hurry over to Carpet One's Bigelow Summer Sale, going on right now at Carpet One, your floor store.
Half Price Plus. It's the most profit-starved furniture event ever, and it's going on now at Woodcraft Furniture. Select the home furnishings of your dreams and pay just 1/2 of Woodcraft's suggested retail price. Plus, no monthly payments and no interest for 6 months. Don't miss the biggest savings event in town. Half price with no interest and no monthly payments for 6 months. Hurry to this fabulous Half Price Plus promotion at Woodcraft Furniture.
As standard equipment, the Honda Accord LX has power windows, door locks, and mirrors, stereo cassette, cruise control, and dual airbags. Cool. And it still costs over $1,400 less than the Camry LE. But if you think that's impressive, the Honda Civic LX has these same standard features, and it costs over $1,700 less than the comparably equipped Corolla DX. Want to be even more impressed? Come see your Honda dealer this weekend for a deal that's far from standard.
13 new companies began operations in Oklahoma, and 19 companies expanded this second quarter. That's according to the Department of Commerce. And that means new jobs created. Each day on Channel 2, we list job openings on our exclusive job track to aid you in searching for employment. And here's a look at today's listings. We have new listings every day of jobs in our viewing area. Be sure to watch.
Finally today, 5 months before a plane crash claimed the life of Will Rogers, the legendary humorist sat with Dr. Emil Selitz in 1935. Today, almost 60 years later, the California neurosurgeon has donated a bronze statue he made during the meeting. Selitz kept the piece in his private collection for more than 50 years. He has sculpted scores of famous people. Last year, his 4-foot Lincoln bust was installed at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C.
It's beautiful.
It's a good one, yeah, of Will
very
Rogers,
nice.
really. That's our time for the 5 o'clock news. Thanks for joining us.
Denise and Jay will be back at 6.